and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a swatching of these MARCO Square C820 pencils. Now these are pastel colours. I should stress I didn't mention them. Originally I showed these in a haul video from AliExpress. I'll put the link up there if you've not seen the haul video. But I realised afterwards I kept referring to these as pastel pencils. Obviously I'm referring to the pastel colour in this sense. So not pastel cores. They're not chalks pencils. They are pastel coloured. So yeah, today we're going to be doing the swatching of these pencils. There are 24 colours. As I say, the name of them is the MARCO Square C820 range. We'll just open them up. Ooh. Now they do come in a metal tin. I really like the tin as well. It's a shame it's got a little bit of dent. I'm not sure if I got the dent when it was being shipped or whether they had it and it just sent it out to me, but I've got a small square corner there and a little bit of a dent. But I really like how this fades from pink into the blue to represent the pastel colours. So yeah, metal tin. It comes with a little I don't know, a guide, I suppose you could say it, because you don't get to colour in your own swatches. This is just like them giving us a little indicator of the colours and their numbers, which, as you can see, they've listed them in colour spectrum order, not in numerical order, so the numbers are all over the place. But obviously it is in Chinese, so I can't actually tell you what the colours are there. But fortunately, sorry, this is the business card of the AliExpress store I bought these particular pencils from. I'll leave a link to them in the description below as well. But the store was called ANDSTAL. They're on AliExpress, and I see they've also got their own website here as well. But yeah, I will link to the actual pencils that I purchased on AliExpress in the description. But they gave us this little business card. When I was doing the haul video, I did just swatch out 3 very quickly during the haul, which I did on here, and this is, you know, quite glossy paper, so really like how they came out, and that does bode well for the swatching. But as I was about to say, even though the pencil names, the colour names are in Chinese on this little piece of paper here, on the actual pencils they are in English. So we do have colour names for them as well as the numbers. 24. Now this is in a little plastic tray. Because these pencils are square, I'll just take one out, so you can see that, you know, they're not round, they're not triangle, they are actually square. I'm not sure how comfortable they're going to be to use for long, and I'm probably not going to find out in the swatching video. Only when I actually put these to test in the colouring book will I have a better idea, but hopefully they won't be too uncomfortable or difficult to sharpen. Then yeah, they are interesting pencils, quite light. I did see, like, I don't know if that's the same one as I saw yesterday or a different one, but the core hasn't quite come down to the end on that one. And I did notice as well that this one just has some white, which it feels like I can feel the dent, so I think that is actually like a chip out the coating. These cost me £12, so in dollars that would be about $14 to $15 US dollars if you was converting. But yeah, as I was saying before I distracted myself, I do that a lot. These can be quite difficult to get out of the casing because they're square. They're not too bad once you get one out, because you've got a little gap here to stick your finger in, but getting the first one out is a bit of a pain. So definitely something you know, if you use these at all, you want to get yourself a little pencil case to put them in, because they're not, I mean, you know, you could keep them in the tray. The tray is nice because it's metal, but yeah, it's getting that first one out, you have to sort of tip the end down to push it up. So, you know, there's a technique. Depends how much you're going to use them. Anyway, enough chattering from me. I chatter too much, I'm sorry. I know I do it. What you see is what you get. Well, what you hear is what you get. You know what I mean. I am what I am. So I will try not to chatter anymore though. Let's get to the swatching. So I've made a little swatch out sheet here. So this is all the names here. I use this little hexagonal thing because that way, that's the first colour, that's the second colour, and that's the third colour. So that way you can see how well they close if you was trying to match, but also you're seeing the next colour along, so you can also get an idea of, you know, if you wanted to blend them or anything like that, and usually using this for reference. Well, that's the theory anyway. So let's get straight on with it. I'm going to start, I'll just move these pencils to the right because I am right-handed. I must say, they look, don't you think they look lovely? They look lovely in the case, the colours, lovely pastel shades. Anyway, on to swatching. Now, I've just occurred to me in my haste to come and swatch that I still haven't sharpened these pencils. So when you get new pencils, you do quite often have a little bit of a coating on around it where they've, you know, finished it in the factory. Do you know what? Bear with me, I'm just going to get, because I've got this straight on the paper, I'm just going to get a piece of paper to go underneath. Right, sorry about that. I realised I hadn't put anything underneath it, and I don't know about you, but I hate just a sheet of paper straight down on the background. So let's try that again. So that's actually fairly dark. Hydrangea pink. So let's just compare that to the barrel while we're at it. Yeah, maybe a teensy bit darker, but generally a decent, accurate representation of the colour. Right, light orchid. So I must say, unless it's the coating, they really are quite smooth pencils. So not a lot of that. One's got a little bit more purple in it. Okay, so deep blush. So I've just got this on regular copier paper, in case you're wondering. So this is probably an idea of what it would be like in the Create Space books. So the Create Space books do quite like a harder pencil, and I must say, I think these do feel, they're not soft exactly, but they are smooth, if that makes sense. They're not, they don't have that creamy feel, but they do go down quite smoothly. So that's the rose pink. So we've got 4 pinks so far. Next we have Beauty Bush, whatever that is. I mean, I could make a comment, but I won't. Right, so that's more sort of fleshy pink. That's a nice skin tone, that. Okay, we've got light pink. So that has got a bit more peachy undertones to that as well. It is pink, but it's on the peachier side, which makes sense because the next one is salmon pink. So those are actually quite similar. The salmon pink is slightly darker, but not by much. And then we've got, I love this name. Look at this, Atomic Tangerine. You'll notice yesterday when I was doing it on that little business card thing, it was a little bit dusty, but they're not too bad on this paper, so it was probably because I am quite, that's a nice tangerine. I am quite heavy-handed, so you know there is usually some dust. Naples yellow, let's see what this is like. Okay, that's a nice yellow, but yeah, they don't, then they're not crumbly. So this is cream. Oh yeah, that is a nice soft yellow, like that one. Okay, on to confetti, which is a sort of limey green. Certainly a green with a heavy yellow undertone. Yeah. Well, we're getting into some nice pastels here now. The pinks, those I wouldn't generally, you know, maybe I misjudge the term pastel. I always think of them being really, really light. So these I probably wouldn't call pastels, I'd just call them pinks. In fact, all those three. And these two would be, well, no, they probably would be pastels, but yeah, these darker pinks I probably wouldn't normally associate with pastels. But these colours, oh, I like that. That's a nice green. Okay, so this is lettuce green, so I know this is one of the ones that I did yesterday on the business card. So yeah, these are fairly hard pencils, but as I say, they're smooth as well. But they're definitely more in the poly end of the scale than they are, say, a Prisma or even a Black Widow. I think they're harder than Black Widows. Right. So we have Bermuda, which is kind of nice sort of sea green, you know, Caribbean sea green, that kind of thing, like that. Well, I say Caribbean, obviously Bermuda. I don't know what Bermuda is, but it's not Caribbean, I don't think, because Bermuda's all by itself, isn't it? Anyway, that is Bermuda. Then we have turquoise green. They're nice and pigmented, these. They really are. I mean, I am going over with a second coat, but just more out of habit than anything else. Plenty of pigment in the first lay down. Okay, jade. Right, I'm going to just test it, show you my point, because I'll hold it at the end of the pencil, which means I won't press very hard, because I haven't got the leverage. So we'll just, I'm doing a really, really light layer. So you can layer them. Yeah, I'm getting, so this is the fourth layer. Fifth layer. Six. 7. 8. Yeah, okay, so these layer really well. I mean, layering isn't my thing because I don't have the patience. Okay, now we're kind of getting a bit hard to get further pigment down. But yeah, so what was that? Around 8 layers before it started to, you know, struggle. And as I say, this is really cheap paper. Right, light Picton blue. we've got Simma blue. Okay, so that is quite similar to the one it's next, just slightly lighter. Viking. And we've got powder blue, which I hope will be a nice true pastel. Yeah, this is nice, nice and soft. Very nice. We have lavender blue. Chetwoad blue, whatever that is. I've never heard of Chetwoad, but I'll have to look. I'll have to Google it later. And it's got definitely some purpley undertones to this. Lilac. Logan. I wonder if that's for, what does a Logan berry look like? I don't even know. It's a nice colour though, I like that. And then our last colour is White Rock. Again, that's another cream, but paler. Nice. Yeah, I like that. That's not that much darker than something like buff titanium. So, those are the 24 pencils, 24 colours. Highlights for me, I think, definitely confetti and the lettuce green are nice, as is the cream. And then we've got the turquoise green is really nice. The powder blue is nice. Really like this Logan and that White Rock. That's not to say the others aren't very good. I like the Beauty Blush as well. So I'm going for the softer colours, because those are the ones that, you know, in most pencil sets, it's those really soft colours that you're missing. These, to be honest, you get these in most sets. The jade is nice. Albeit a darker colour, but yeah. So the pinks, these pinks, I think, you know, lilac and Chetwood blue isn't particularly an unusual colour, but the others are. Shall we very, very, very quickly try blending something? So let's try the confetti and the lettuce green as they're close. We'll just see how they blend. I'll just do it here. So we'll try it in the straightforward way, first of all, which is just laying down the colour and going over it straight away. As I say, I do a bit of layering, but not a huge amount, because I just don't have the patience. Now, you're definitely not going to be able to blend it in the way that you would a Prisma. It's just that the pencils are hard at the harder end, so they're not going to push pigment back and forth. So I guess they blend okay. Probably with a bit more patience, the kind of patience that I don't have, they would go in a bit smoother. And let's just try something darker in the hopes that you can see it a bit better. We'll try, let's get that jade out. Let's go jade into Viking, so green into blue. I probably didn't need to make that such a large area, did I? Because now I've got to smooth it out on bad paper. Yeah, things I don't think out very well. But that's blended well. Like right here, and I can't really see where the actual join is. So yeah, that's gone well. But as I say, these are harder pencils. I'm rushing it because I don't tend to do hard pencils too well. But yes, so that's the blend. I like how that green has blended into blue. That has gone particularly well. Anyway, okay, so that is our coloured pencil swatching. I hope you found it useful. As I say, you can see the colours now. We'll see how they compare. That's with the swatch chart. Can't say that's particularly, I mean, that looks beige and that's the white rock. So that I wouldn't use as a guide, but the pencils themselves do seem to be fairly decent match. I mean, look at that, that's really a close match. So yeah, so whilst the printed out thing isn't very accurate, the pencils themselves, which really is the bit that counts, do seem to be fairly true to their colours. And as I say, hard pencils, so people who enjoy the polychromos and pencils like that will probably like these, because they do feel more to that end of the spectrum than they do, you know, the Prisma end. I'd say they're harder than Black Widows. But yeah, plenty of pigment, go down quite well, they're very smooth. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this swatching video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, then give me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. It also helps other people who might be interested in seeing these swatches, so you know, do them a favour as well. And of course, if you are not subscribed, then do hit the button, and if you get the little bell, you can get notifications of any time I upload new videos. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Take care and see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.